this is my first video. I'm going to be working out and stuff on here, and then I'm also going to make food, pinch the pot, and that's it. We're going to make fettuccine alfredo today, and I'm going to talk a little bit while I do it, and I can show y'all what to do, the macros and everything, and then we're going to go hit arms.
It's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up, the members of my nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one.
Okay, so we got my pot of boiling water and everything, and I'm really nervous right now. First video, but we're gonna figure this out together, guys. So don't worry. But what I really want to talk about today is not the actual food or anything, but I want to talk about the actual working out and what that consists of, because I'm really doing this for beginners and track my own progress. But if you don't know anything about working out, just like I did like 2 years ago, I'm here to help. So I learned a lot, but it took a lot of experimenting. It took a lot of trying again and again and again, because you don't really know where you're going to go with anything until you try it. And so that's what working out is experimenting with everything, all different types. You can do CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding. There's so many options and so many people out there telling you what to do. So many people with all these different voices trying to tell you, oh, this is right, this is right, this is right. But it's just what works for you. Like, my favorite thing to do is bodybuilding. I'm not like a professional thing. I'm 17, but that's my favorite. Like the 8 reps, 12 reps, high reps and stuff like that. Get a good squeeze and a good pump instead of just doing like 1 rep maxes every day, like a power lifter. It's more like, I want to do it to get big, because I used to be this big around. So, that's why I do it. But, I think this is a good place to start. And the most important thing, I would say, at least, okay, let's start here. Those 4 most important things for lifting is 1, like ranking. Number 1 is food. Food is the most important thing. That's why I'm showing you how to make food. It's the most important thing, because that's how your body gets fuel. That's how your body gets carved up, and that's how your muscles get filled with energy, because that's what food is energy. Which, honestly, that can be perceived in so many different ways, because I used to just eat for like pleasure, and it's like not. But the way you look at it is like you're a car, like a really cool car, and you got to put that gas in to make sure that your car is running smoothly. But whenever you don't have any gas in it, your car's not going to go anywhere. So that's why you got to eat every single day for the rest of your life. So it's like, it's like putting gas in and everything and all that. And it's constant. I'm not going to lie to you. It sucks sometimes to have to eat seven meals a day, track your macros, do everything like that. And it's not for the faint of heart, as Dumbledore says in the 4th Harry Potter. I don't know. Some of y'all get that. I think my 100 followers here. Yeah, if any of y'all watch this. But, we're just figuring it out. But it's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that. Because 4,000 calories for someone skinny is a lot harder to do than eating regular. So whenever I was skinny, I guarantee you I barely hit 2,000 every day, because my body just desire that. And people are always like, hey, Ty, you need to listen to your body. You need to listen to whenever it's hungry. But I think that's a common misconception whenever it comes to eating food, is your body's not always right. Your body doesn't know what your goals are. It's not listening to your mind. My goals are to be 300 pounds fucking lean, because that's my personal goal. But my body's not like, oh, we know that. We know we got to go do that. So you kind of have to force it sometimes. And if you want to cut, you have to force it to not eat as much food. And your body's not going to want to do it. It's not going to want to be in pain. It's not going to be bloated, because that's not what it's used to. But the more you get into it, the more like day after day, day after day, day after day, and then it turns into months, turns into years. And then by then, you don't even have to try. It's just in your head. Like, it took me so long to start tracking my macros because, it sucks. And I didn't want to have to be like, hey guys, I can't go eat out today because I don't know the macros of this. It's really embarrassing. And if you're hanging out with normal people, they're going to clown you, and that's just how it works. But in the end, it was worth it because, we're over 200 pounds now. So, any of y'all 160, 170s out there, it does get better. Okay, so number one is food. Sorry, I went off a little bit. But number two is hydration. Hydration is the second most important thing because I don't know if you've ever done anything where you're super dehydrated, but what happens to me is I lose my vision and stuff, and I can't see. It happens to me all the time because I used to play football, and I'd never drink any water or anything. But, hydration, because you need those muscles to be filled up with water, because, again, it's energy. And like you learned in maybe kindergarten that you need food, water, and shelter, the three main things. So it's been there. And water itself can be really, really good. But what I'll usually do is add some electrolytes in there. Because, every time after you work out, you lose those because you're just pushing them all out of you and stuff and burning them. And so you need to replenish those. And for men, I would usually say a gallon of water a day. And for women, maybe 3/4, just because, I don't know, I read that somewhere. And I think it's based on weight and everything. Because, I weigh a lot, so I drink a gallon. But I guarantee you, whenever I was little and I was 6, I'm not going to have to be this entire time. But, I recommend getting one of these bad boys. It was a half gallon. It honestly doesn't look that big. That's why I wanted it, because there's some giant ass ones. But this one worked for me. You guys, 10% off. Just saying. But, yeah, so half gallon. So that's what I use. I just drink 2 of them a day, and I add some Gatorade powder or something, which you can also track those. You can track those 26 grams of Gatorade powder, 26 grams of carbs. Yeah, so hydration, food, water, and then sleep. Sleep is very important. I know that nobody wants to go to bed at fucking 10 every day and wake up at 6, or go to bed at 12 and wake up at 8, but you need those 8 hours. You need those 8 to 10 hours if you're still a teenager, and then 6 to 8 if you're an adult. And then if you're even younger, if you're a little 12-year-old out there watching this, it's I think it's 9 to 11 or something like that. But the younger you are, the more sleep you need to get. It's your brain's still developing and everything. But yeah, sleep. Because whenever you have 1 hour of sleep, your body doesn't have time to recover. And recovery is probably the single most important thing besides the things I'm about to list. Probably 5th, maybe, is probably recovery. Just because your body can't recover, your body can't build muscle if you never give it time to recover. Which I'm not one of those little Mike Mentzer dudes who's how are you working 1 day a week? I work out every day. But rest is important, and you really need to listen. I know I just contradicted myself, but you do need to listen to your body whenever it comes to rest, because it knows whenever you're tired and you got those little bags under your eyes. It's the worst sign that you're not getting enough rest. And if you can't have food, water, and rest, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to reach your goals in life. I'm just going to be frank with y'all. That's not going to happen. But once you do them, it's so easy. You just got to push through that maybe first week, second week, and then you're golden. You're after 14 days, you're oh, I can do this. This ain't that hard. It's just this first couple of days of shoving food down, drinking a lot of water, having to pee all the time. And then it is so hard to go to sleep. I still struggle with that, is getting to sleep on time. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not perfect. So, it's that going to sleep on time instead of staying up, play whatever games y'all play. But, you know, you can't get it right every time, but I'm going to try my best to get it right every single time because the gains are more important than any video game. And if you feel the same way, you're in the right place. Anyways, so fourth, obviously, we're not going to forget about it, the actual training. The actual training is very important, but there's no reason to train if you're not going to sleep well, eat well, and hydrate well. And so training is very important. And like I said before, I think in my intro, it was, there's so many different types of styles. Just find the one that works right for you. But you need all those things to do it. But obviously, you're not going to build muscle if you just eat a lot and drink a lot and sleep a lot because you got to burn that sometime, or you're going to get fat. So, can't really be doing that. So training is very important, but I wouldn't even bother to train if you haven't done those first three things. And I hate to say it because so many people out there are always uninformed. And I'm not saying I'm the most informed person. There's always more to learn, and I always have an open mind whenever it comes to other things. But I think about 99% of people who have ever stepped foot in the gym, I guarantee you they feel better whenever they sleep well, eat well, and drink water well. And so I think everybody agrees on that. And if you can't get those right, again, there's no point. I'm repeating myself, but it's very important, and I can't stress that enough. But back to the working out, it is very important that you push yourself in there. And working out it's not for everyone, and I admit that, but I feel like fitness as a whole is for everyone. You got to find something that you like, a physical activity, because one day you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to be like 90 years old, and you're going to be sitting on your couch being like, dang, I wish I would have gotten in the gym and been happy with myself knowing that I did that. Because the feeling you get whenever you're done at the gym, I can't even describe it. It's unlike anything else. So I've had so many happy experiences in my life, but I guarantee you, top 10, like out of the top 10, 8 of those are getting a pump. Just because it's what I love to do, and it's what, I don't know, makes me feel good. And you can't really tell you about it until you try it, but I promise you it's the best. Also, sorry for this, but the water is coming to a boil, so I'm just gonna fast forward here. Okay, you're not gonna see my face, but that's okay. I'm just gonna plop these bad boys in there real quick. I'm just gonna put the whole thing because I'm making this for the week, so I'm just gonna eat this for dinner every day, and I'll post the recipe and the macros after, but for now, I just wanted y'all to watch me do that because it's one of my favorite parts. I should actually pause this way. Okay, so I got those boiling right now. I'm going to take about 12 minutes. So I think it's been about 2. So I'm just going to leave those on, but I want to cook my chicken before I do that. So I recommend doing these at the same time if you're trying not to waste any time here, because I got to go to the gym after this. But anyways, so we're going to grab the chicken. I just grabbed, I live in Texas, so I go to H-E-B, and I just grabbed like this 2 breasts, $7. Not bad. It's just a pound. It's like a pound and a quarter. So we're gonna grab a pan real quick. Okay, got our pan. Pop that bad boy on. Kind of sticky. But first, before we do anything, I'm gonna let this heat up and everything. Let's see how. Medium high heat. So we're gonna go. I think it's like numbers. So we're gonna do about 7 on a 0 to 10 scale. But we're gonna go over here and show y'all how to season this chicken. Okay, here we go. So I'm not really sure if literally anyone does this because it's kind of weird to track unless you're just like a freak. You're gonna track your freaking seasonings because most of them don't have any significant nutritional value in the first place. So, but we're gonna make some Italian seasoning because we don't have any. So we're gonna grab our oregano. We're gonna grab our basil, and then I am thinking some garlic salt, just because we love garlic salt. Garlic powder slaps too. If y'all need any seasoning recommendations, especially with rice, man. Rice and garlic powder, dude, it's amazing. Like I'll just pop like a minute rice in there every once in a while. Like I think it's like 39 grams of carbs in this little tiny things. Pretty much amazing. So rice is very filling. You just got to eat it really fast so you don't feel it. It's what I do with everything though. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this because I'm not really seasoning. I don't really care. I'm gonna add some. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna add some oregano. Anyways, we have like 4 + 8 is 12, so we have 12 minutes with the noodles. 55, 51 plus 12 is 7, 9, 7:03. At 7:03, we'll take a deep dive into the noodles. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you do. Anyways, let's get back to this important stuff right here. Because I have been known. Oh my gosh. Ew. I have been known to make some horrendous chicken with zero seasoning. But then again, look at this. So, it's in the genes. We're just going to take this off because this isn't working. But here we go. And you can really put this. I think it's more based towards chicken, but I feel like it tastes good to you. Use whatever seasonings you want on anything. But honestly, I'd stick to these 3. If you're going with Italian stuff, is like oregano, garlic sauce, and of course some basil. These are the actual leaves. Just because I don't know. I guess I was feeling fancy. It's actually a lie because I didn't have anything else in my cabinet. But that's okay. And we're just going to plop that in there real quick. And then we're going to save these because we also have to use some seasoning for something else. The sauce. And we're just going to add some basic salt here just because we love salt. We love the sodium. It's amazing. And then I'm just going to mix it around just because I'm not about to whisk it or anything. That amount for the pound. So I'm going to weigh this out. If you do not have a food scale, though, that is a big problem, my friends. You need one of these bad boys. It changed the way I eat my food, being honest. It's so easy for macros. It's so easy for everything. Instead of having to weigh in cups and all that, it's like, bam, grams, bam, ounces, and other stuff. But I pretty much only use grams and ounces here. Oh, milliliters. But a little fun fact, grams and milliliters are the same thing. So, yeah. But I don't really want to touch raw chicken. But I guess I can just wash my hands. But we're going to weigh out to a pound. So this is 11.3. So only 1.3 over. But, I'm bulky, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to go check up on these noodles real quick. Got chicken hands, so I should probably watch this. Cut this. Okay, we're back. And we're going to test the noodles. If I can grab them. There we go. Ow. They're perfect. So It said about 12 minutes, but I know my noodles, and it took about 15. And so what the recipe calls for is keeping about half a cup of this. I don't know why yet. We'll find out together. But we'll keep up half a cup of the water. But for now, we're going to grab a strainer. If I can find one. Here we go. Okay, so we have our noodles over here, and that's the strainer. We're just going to put the noodles in there. Get my little thing so I don't burn myself. And then, oh, we gotta save half a cup of this, guys. I forgot. So, actually, let me go do that. But it's okay. I'm just gonna, I'm sure you know how to strain, but if you don't, you kind of just pour, oh my gosh, it's really, really steamy out here. Just kind of pour everything out into an, obviously, a straining pot, or else there's really no point of doing it. Come on, man. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna take all the boiling out of this. I don't want to ruin my copper sink. Should be good now. I just don't want to leave a spot. Which you can do that. If you have a copper sink, you know what's up. We're gonna go over there. Alright. So this is our half cup of boiling water. I just put it into a normal ass cup. Got our chicken right here. Our pan's still over there. You don't want it staying. But just gonna grab a little bit of this. Sprinkle it all over. Make sure everybody gets a little bit. So I'll raise this bad boy up. And I'm just gonna flip them over. So make sure to get every single side. You don't want to leave. You don't want to take a bite. Just straight up nothing, and the other one would be the most flavorful thing you've ever existed in eternity. Because I would take your taste buds for a ride. Is all I'm saying. It may have gotten a little messy there, but we used the majority of that. Got this, and the directions say. Okay, so for this, we're going to take the extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to grab a tablespoon. It's going to be 2 tablespoons. And we're just going to over medium-high heat, which is what we have right now. It's about 7.5 on a 1 to 10 scale. And so I'm going to add this. And I usually do it over the pan, just because if you do spill, it's easier to just have it in the pan than have to clean up oil. Because let me tell you, it is very hard to clean up oil. Okay, so once you got that in there, you're going to bring it to a shimmer, which, we're being honest, don't know what that is, but we'll figure this out. So I'll let y'all know when that happens. Okay, guys, so what I've concluded is shimmering oil is you wait a couple minutes, and then you put the chicken in. So, yeah, this is what we're going to do here. So we got it to a shimmer. Now, I have 5, as the box says, tenders. And whenever you're dealing with oil, you need to watch out for popping, because it'll burn you very bad. Like that. Ow. So watch out for that. That very much hurts. So we're going to put this on, because that was very rude. Now my fingers hurt. But I don't care if my chicken gets all weird. So that's 2. 5, raise up to a pound. And we dropped it on the floor, but you know it's okay. I'm just really scared, because I really don't want to get burned again. But you know, you gotta face your fears, y'all. Ooh. Even with this weird ass food. Alright. This thing is a little dirty, but it's okay, because we got our chicken in there. And my hands hurts. Definitely burned me. So, it said leave it in here for 5 to 7 minutes, just straight up. Just don't do anything to it. 5-7 minutes. It is 7:17. So remind me in 5 minutes. Take the chicken and flip it over. Do all that. But what I want to talk about while that's happening is what today's going to consist of. So the way I train, as common with most people, is I do my heavy compounds, which is like those always confuse me as the word heavy compounds because I never knew what that was, and for beginners it can be very confusing. So a compound is whenever it's like, say I'm doing a bicep curl, yeah, and I have the curl and I'm curling it. You should feel it in your bicep, obviously, all the bicep curl, but you can feel it in your other muscles, such as your forearm, because you're grabbing it and you're picking that weight up, and that contracts your forearm and makes that, like, hurt. And so it's an accessory muscle, because this is the main one. This is the main muscle. This is an accessory. And like with the shoulder or something, or like the tricep, they're all like working just a little bit. And that's what a compound is. That has a whole bunch of muscles working, but it's still focused on one. And so I'll start out with at least 4 sets of that. So I usually do 5 to 6, but maybe feeling sad, I'll do 4, or if they're just fucking amazing sets. But anyways, then I'll usually go to around 4 to 5 isolated. So isolated is like I was talking about how when you're doing a bicep curl, so like a preacher curl, it's only the main muscle. It's like your forearm's not working, triceps not working, your shoulder's not working. It's just that muscle. It's just isolating it, letting it contract and letting it be by itself instead of using all these other ones to like do stuff. It's like, and usually what people do is do isolated, slow and controlled. So it's like do a slow rep and you can really feel it like burn, and then you like contract and like squeeze it. And that took me so long to learn, let me tell you. I was just like, God. But once you feel it for the first time, it's like nothing else. It's like that squeeze, and you squeeze at the top, it burns. But it's like once you get off, your arms are freaking huge, and you never want to go back, ever. Once you go slow and controlled, you never go back. Not how it goes, but 7:20, so we still got 2 minutes, but see y'all in a second. Okay, so while y'all are gone, I just added a tablespoon of butter, because it's been 5 to 7 minutes. And you're waiting till that golden brown on the side that you put down in the pan. And that's what you're going for, is that, like, if you've ever had a good piece of chicken, it looks like golden, and it's flipping amazing. But flipping, no pun intended there, yeah. But so you're gonna flip it to the other side, if I can. No Gordon Ramsay. Say that. Alright, so. Oh my gosh. Alright, got all 5 of them flipped. They're all ready. Then you're going to leave them in there for another 5 to 7 minutes. And I'll give you a quick peek of what they look like. Okay, so we have a half a cup of butter, and then we're going to measure out 2 cups worth of heavy whipping cream. HEB brand stuff. Milliliters. We're going to go 480. I'm going to use this entire thing. We still don't have enough, guys. We have 400, but I did use this entire thing. So, it's okay. But you're going to use the same pan that you use for the medium, for the chicken. Medium-high heat. So you're going to put the butter in there, and then slowly add this. Don't want it popping. That's what happened last time. I did just get some on my freaking oven. No, that's okay. Mistakes happen, y'all. Just put that back. Let's go stir it up. So I'll be back. All right, so once you have all that mixed up, you're gonna add your, what is this? You add your, salt, a little bit of pepper, some, all your seasonings. I'll put a list right here. Okay, so we're gonna add our seasonings real quick. Just cut over this. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna add all this stuff, and then whenever it looks smooth. So I mean that's really just eyeballing. You're not gonna really gonna know. But I'm gonna use this leftover that I had from the Italian seasoning that I made. I'm just gonna put that in there and add the last ingredient here, some pepper. Little grind. And yeah, so you don't want it all chunky or anything. You want it to be smooth like a sauce, because that's exactly what you're making. So it needs to be good. This is a very fatty sauce, and I'm sure there are some substitutes out there that would be very, very helpful. But it fits in my macros. If it doesn't fit in yours, that sucks. But I'll definitely post it. So as soon as that is looking smooth, looking good, this pan is a little too short for this, so I have to go a little slow in the mixing process. But it's not looking very creamy, I'll tell you that much. Alright, you're gonna bring it to a gentle simmer. So right about there. Good job, sauce. So you don't want it boiling, you just want it like a little hippity poppity out there, not like a boil. Just like a little light simmer. So you might need to turn it down a little bit if it's going too much, like mine is. Now we're getting somewhere, not as boily on it. So a little light simmer, because that's what's going to turn into a sauce. You're going to cook it. You're going to cook it for about, it says 3 to 4 minutes. But it might overflow on me if I'm being so for real. Which is a very high possibility. So we're going to keep on lowering it. Alright guys, this is what you don't want to happen. I spilled it. We'll clean it up later. Okay, so this is the next day, but once you're done with your sauce, it should look something like this. It's a little chunky with the cheese, but once you put it in the microwave to like heat it up for the next day, it should work pretty well. And this is what the finished product should look like with all the noodles and the chicken and everything. But that is pretty much it. So I will see y'all at the gym. Yeah. Now, not the best angle here, but same thing, 8 to 12 reps. Except this one I'm going to try to hold it at the end. Because we're still going heavy for this comp. on those last couple ones, I'm like just doing barely the what is it called? The partials. It really just burns me up. Right now, I'm just trying to get it all out. The energy left, so I just want to really push myself. And right now, I can't do it. But I'm gonna do one more set of these, and then I think move on to JM press. Alright, so with these, not many people out here doing this, but I think it really helps for triceps. It's kind of like between a skull crucker and bench, and so instead of like benching, you keep your elbows up, and like skull crush, it's like to your collarbone instead of up here, and it really help with the squeeze from those triceps, which I don't do a ton of weight on here because it is a very hard lift. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry. You see? Oh, shit, my hands, dude. I'm good fight. How did you finish off with a set of dips? But I go on this machine because I can like start off with this, and then once I can't do anymore, I'm going to be assisted. This is not a good angle. Yeah, that's better. Should be done with triceps. For me, on the heavy set, I really like to use wrist straps just because I have some weak ass forearms. And so I like having some better grip that I can give by myself. So do this. Two more. Fuck. So hard to get off. Okay, I'm gonna do one more set like this. And I'm thinking, I don't usually do this, but move on to fucking cable curls. I rarely do this, but you know, I just think I did them last time, but it felt good, so might as well do it again. Three more. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so on these, this is the thing I was talking about earlier. The table curls, we start from the bottom, and I don't ever do these, but I know I can do a lot of weight because I used to do them. And so I'm just gonna try to get. Obviously, we're going for 12 reps, but we know we're not gonna get it. So realistically, I'm not even gonna think about it. Dang, I love these. I think I'm still doing them. We got a brief. You know, I had to do it to you with the Power Wing fit on. Here's my code, O'Brien, 10% off all apparel. So please use that if you watch this. Anyways, I'll just start my set now. Come on. Fuck. There we go. 9 out of 10. Yeah. Can't see my face very much, but it's just cable bicep curls. I like to hold it at the very top because these, it's not like flopping around. You do some sense of control. At least for me. I think it's different for everybody, but I just really like doing these for a squeeze. I'm only gonna do one. I guess usually the last thing I'll do is preacher curls, but both preacher curls were occupied. So I'm gonna pair, so I was like, I'm just doing Zapping curls, which I know pretty uncommon. So it's more like go up and you turn the wrist and go down. It's really good for a squeeze at the end, so you get a good finisher. And so I'll usually do these maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Go wait for a song. Okay, I'm gonna go pose down. All right, post workout pose down. Yeah, just the ladder. Sorry for that little. All right. This on my chain. So I can still hear me. Okay, we'll do this quick. Okay, that was the fastest fucking pose down I've ever done in my entire fucking life. Alright, that's pretty much what these videos are going to consist of. I'm sorry, pose down was so shitty, but there were people staring at me. So, I will see y'all next time.